Hi, welcome back to Math Learning Groups. Today we are going to talk about careless mistakes and how to apply shortcuts to do well for our math problems. But once in a while, I would like to talk about methods, right? Because in paper 1, to do well for paper 1, you need to know your concept well, how to do the questions effectively, because you have 1 hour to do paper 1. But for paper 2, it's a different ball game. Paper 2, you have to know your methods, because if you don't know your methods or heuristics, you find that you struggle to solve the harder problems. So methods help us to think lesser, and that's what make it easier for us to solve. So we're going to look at this question, which is a paper 1, but it can also be a paper 2, and we can use a method to solve it, so that it helps us to do faster also and to think lesser. So let's look at this question and see what students they usually will do. Now, if you look at this question, it's a fraction problem. So, and some students, they don't like to do fractions because they find it very hard. But if you look at this question, Matthew spent 3 over 10 of his Matthew donated 3 over 10 of his salary to charity, and he gave 1/5 of the salary to his parents, and then he spent 1 over 6 of the remainder salary, and then he saved the rest. So what fraction of the salary did he save? Okay, students generally, or even the teacher, what they do is they will teach them to do this way, and it's without any methods. So basically what they will do is they understand that they need to find how much money Matthew donated and gave altogether. So they will do this, right? So you have 3 over 10 plus 1/5, make the denominator the same, and you will get 5 over 10. So that is the fraction of the salary given, donated and given to parents. And then he spent 1 over 6 of the remainder. So what's the next step? So students, most likely they understand the next step, which is to take the fraction of all the salary and you minus 5 over 10 to get what? To get the remainder salary, which is 5 over 10 also. And then he spent 1 over 6 of the remainder salary. And from here onwards, they get a little loss, right? Some of them will take maybe 5 over 10 and then minus 1 over 6, which is wrong. Okay? Those who know how to do, they will do this. They will take 1 over 6 of his multiply, right, of the remainder salary, which is 5 over 10. And they will get 5 over 60, and then they simplify. They will get 1 over 12, right? 1 over 12. Okay, and then from here onwards, they can also get stuck, because how do you find the fraction that he saved? And those who know how to do, then what they will do is they understood that the remainder salary is 5 over 10, right? And they take 5 over 10 minus how much he spent, which is minus 1 over 12. Alright, so there is a lot of head work, a lot of thinking over here. Alright, able to understand what is going on in order to do the next step. So you have 5 over 10 minus 1 over 10, and then you have to make the denominator the same. So the common denominator will be 60, right? Of course, maybe you have a faster way to do this. Okay, I do not know, but this is what I will do, right, for the longer approach. So that will be 30 over 60 minus 5 over 60, and then what do I get? And then I get 25 out of 60, and then I have to simplify the fraction, which is divided by 5, and then 60 divided by 5 will be 12. So what fraction of the salary did he save? He saved 5 over 12 of the salary. Wow, but I think it's a little hard. Okay, right? Even myself, I may also get confused what to do next. So is there really a faster way to do this without having to do all these statements? Yeah, you do model. Okay, model is the most effective approach. So if you use model, it will look like this. Okay, now the 3 over 10 and the 1/5 is talking about the same thing. So you make the denominator the same, which is 2 over 10. 1/5 is 2 over 10, right? So I'm using model. And then you will realize that there is no need for any step at all. So you draw a rectangle, right, which is all the salary, and you cut it into 10 boxes, right? So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and he donated 3 boxes to charity and 2 boxes to parents. So what is the lesson here? If the fractions are talking about the same thing, you make the denominator the same. So where is the remainder? Well, the remainder is on this side. okay, which is the 5 boxes on the right side. And you have to cut the remainder into 6 boxes, which you can't do that. So you will have to drop down the remainder and cut it into 6 boxes. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 boxes. And he spent 1 box. So we label. So model, you have to label, and then the rest of the remainder, he saved the rest, right? Okay, so what fraction of the salary did he save? So we can't put the question mark because it's a fraction answer. So what is the next step? What should we do to get this fraction? Well, you look at the model, you can see that the boxes on top and below, they are different. The remainder, right, there's on top and there's a below remainder. So what I do is I just have to put 6, 6, 6. Why? Because at the bottom, you have 6 small boxes. And inside the smaller boxes, I put 5. Because above you have 5 bigger boxes, right? So you can see that I put all the 5 units inside the boxes, and if you add them together, you will realize that the remainder has a total of 30 units. So you have made them equal, and don't forget to do the same for all the boxes in front. Okay, so now we can use the units to write the fraction. So what fraction of the salary, which is total 60 unit, right? This is the salary, which has a total of 60 units, did he save? And you count the units that you have saved, which is actually 25 units. So the fraction is 25 over 60. And you can see that I got the answer quite fast, right, without doing anything. And of course, you will need to simplify your fraction. So you divide by 5 and 60 divided by 5. And what fraction did he save? He saved 5 over 12 of the salary. And if you look at the longer approach, I also get the same answer. But the longer approach is really hard. It's really confusing and not easy for the students who are weaker. So what is the better way for you to solve this kind of question and not get confused is by the model. Okay, you draw the model and you should be able to see clearly, right? You should be able to see clearly on how to get the answer. So sometimes in our lessons, we will talk a little bit on methods. Okay, methods, but usually we'll talk about careless mistakes, how to apply shortcuts, and once in a while, we talk about model and how to use model to solve the question faster and more effectively, right? So we hope you understand the lesson now and have a better understanding, better idea of how to do faster, right, using your methods. Alright, so see you in our next lesson.